Ho ho hey everybody, welcome to a Christmas D-Zoned. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Foxhole.wad. Wait, no, that was skipped. My bad. FISHCAK2. I'm assuming it was probably meant to be fish cake, but because it's most likely a conversion, it ended up being FISHCAK2. Oh boy. Anyway, I guess let's just go ahead and get this thing started. So, for map 1, we've got the Ordos Mentat theme from Doom 2 by Frank Kipaki and Dwight Okahara. For the intermission, we've got Strange Machinery by Big Ol' Billy. Let's see what we got. Oh, goodness. Can I bring this fish cake back to the store, perhaps? This is looking a little bit, maybe a little bit under. I can just go ahead and use this, because this is intended to be for Doom 1. You know, I don't know about that. I always get a little suspicious when I see something that's predominantly Startan and then just suddenly has a different texture. Almost like it's supposed to be a... I heard something open. Oh, maybe it was that. I don't know. It's fun when enemies get stuck on door tracks. Not as fun when doors eat shotguns. That's always a little bit mean. But, yeah, I guess we're going to go just shotgun all the things. Again, trying to resist using the chain gun because, well, we didn't earn it, technically. Or we wouldn't have had it in the OG. Gotta say, actually, considering how this opened up, kind of nice use of lighting here. Even just like a little bit of a padding texture just to make that wall light. For reasons I'm not entirely sure of, but hey, you know what, whatever. Whatever. And a lot of shells. Pretty generous on the ammo. Can't complain. Overall, pretty ho-hum so far. Just sort of... Oh, there's the obligatory arch file, which we are definitely not going to be standard shotgunning. Because guess what? You're not supposed to be here. Okay. There we go. And now we can switch back to the old boomstick. Alright. I mean, okay visuals here and there. I don't know. I gotta say, I was really worried when I saw just the Startan room in the beginning, but... I mean, it could be worse. It is a little weird to have flourishes like this, and I'm assuming not have anything behind them. But, or like this here. I just don't know how to feel about that. And as you can see, I'm just looking at the map just to see if I could see anything like this. Well, found the secret. The one secret. Yeah, and this is kind of just a very... I just learned how to use do sort of layout, or maybe not even that so much, more like a, I used to make levels for Wolf 3D and now I'm making Doom maps. I mean, square room, square room, square room, square room. There is a little bit of experimentation here though. Mostly just geometric shapes. I don't know, just kind of... Could be a little more detailed, I guess. But then again, it's probably a beginner effort, so... I'm not going to judge too harshly on that. Mostly just kind of... Yeah, I don't know. It exists. At least the key doors are marked. So, bonus points there. And yeah, I think this was legitimately just the author trying to add visual flourishes. And honestly, considering how often we see just, you know, just meters and meters of the same wall texture over and over again. You know, it's kind of nice to see, even if it doesn't really, I guess, match anything. Whoopsie. A little bit of visual variety here and there. I kind of wish we had more interesting lighting like we saw earlier. I guess this room kind of does. Overall, I've seen worse. I've played worse, but it is a bit middling. Okay, there we go. So our screen is now red. We have a yellow key. Now, let's go to the yellow door and experience the final 31 enemies, I suppose. Oh, that's... what the heck? Why are the sprites full bright? Huh. That is odd. Yeah, all the sprites in this room are full bright. But then if we go into, like, let's say back here, they're not. So it's not a setting on my end. Oh, that is weird. I wonder what happened. I wonder if this room's just set up in a weird way, because I don't know if I've ever seen that happen. Huh. Discovering new things, I guess. And, yeah, when these guys walk in, it's the same deal. Because, I mean, it should follow just the lighting in the room. I mean, even my shotgun's full bright. Jeez, I have questions. It might be interesting to look into map editor and see if we can figure that out. I don't know. This is Christmas Eve as I record this. Whoa, nice block map. So, I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm not going to do it. I'll leave that as an exercise to the viewer and possibly future me, if I remember. This is unfortunately where we get to the point where you have to use the map to navigate, which, fortunately, even if you didn't find the secret mini-map or auto-map, all of these are labeled white, so not the worst thing in the world. I guess they'd be yellow in the original engine. Just kind of a curious decision. I guess the whole point is maybe to just have like secret passages beyond rocks, but I don't know. In practice, stuff like this ends up being a bit of a pain because, well, like I think the perfect example is probably this room here, where this is closed, and unfortunately that's perfectly aligned. But yeah, it's like you kind of either have to wall hump if you don't remember where this is, or check the map. Just a bit of a extra step for no good reason. Right, so we go back to the blue door. Right here in this weird room with lighting oddities. Jeez, that was... Oh, actually a chain gun you could pick up. Neat. A little bit late, but hey, I mean, it is a pretty good weapon against Kako, so... Oh, I was half expecting a Baron. No exit switch, just kind of a wall that you poke. Alright, well, let's just go ahead and exit, I suppose. Yeah, that was pretty, that was a pretty nice bite-sized little bit of de-zoniness, I guess. Not bad, not great, very much kind of middling, maybe slightly below middling. I don't know, it was playable. Had some aspects I'm not a fan of, just random things that are just doors. I mean, why not, right? They did show up on the map. It is nice to see that the author did try to add some little touches here and there, but it would be kind of nice, I guess, if they went either a little bit further with them or if it actually led to something, because it almost just felt like he was like they were spotlighting just bits and pieces of wall, and that was it. Nothing extra happened. And then just like the rocky area at the end, it was kind of out of pocket. Like I kind of almost see what they were trying to do, but at the same time, that doesn't exactly mean that it was great for gameplay purposes. So I don't know, with this one, I think I'm just going to go ahead and give it a, let's go with a 4 out of 10. I mean, it's playable. It's not bad. Combat's kind of ho-hum. You can tell they were experimenting with it, but all in all, it just wasn't a particularly great level. So I guess let's do one more real quick, if I can figure out how to exit this game. What data? LEDGES3, and we actually have a text file for this one. What do we got? LEDGES3 by Mark K. Gressbach Jr. This patch file is for E1M1. This is the next deathmatch WAD in the LEDGES series. Improved placement of weapons and items to ensure optimum fragging. I got it in quotes. This level is primarily designed for deathmatch. Additional credits to Steve Berg, Douglas Hay, Bill Nowicki, Phil Katz. Additional notes, if you have any suggestions or ideas, please email. I'm always looking for new ideas for the LEDGES episodes. Hopefully, when the LEDGES series is completed, you'll be able to have 9 LEDGES episodes that will allow you to play from ledge to ledge and have hours of fun. At least that's my goal. Episode and level, E1M1, single player, co-op, nope. Deathmatch, yes. Difficulty, not implemented. New sounds and graphics, 9. Construction, base, new level from scratch, took 25 plus hours, using Do 5.1 and BSP 1.1. Known bugs, none. Authors may use this level, etc., etc. Do whatever you want with this file. Please give credit. Thank you. Where to get this WAD? FTP site. PKware BBS. That's a name I haven't heard in a while. And Doom BBS. Nice. So, with that, let's go ahead and play LEDGES3. Given its deathmatch level, probably going to be fairly short. For music, we've got Gutter Penny by Gus Nezevich. I always question that one. Question myself on that one. For the intermission, we've got Frivolous Encounter by Mark Clem. Let's go. This looks familiar. I don't know if I've played just another one in the LEDGES series. Let's just get moving, I guess. Or if this is just one I've played. Dang it. I was hoping to item bump that, but I love how this also just barely passed the monster threshold. That is hurt floor. Had a feeling it might be, but you know, you never know. Oh, come on, don't. Oh, you son of a bitch. I want to grab that chain gun. I don't want a freaking pistol like Hacko Demon. I've done that enough times in E3M1. Come on. Shit. Okay. Well, you know, in terms of deathmatch, I could see the appeal of this. But, the monsters definitely get in your way if you're trying to play it single player for no reason, like we're currently doing. So I'm not going to say it's a feast to the eyes, but at the same time, it's not offensive. So, it's got to count for something. The weapons are all, appropriately tricky to get, it kind of seems. Because, like, the chain gun's relatively easy when you don't, you know, jump prematurely. Shotgun's easy. Rocket launcher is a bit trickier. You need to do a more precise jump. Well, precise. More like that. Yeah, not too shabby. Alright, so... Haha, gotcha. Is there... Oh, I guess... Oops, see. Big old stockpile of health. I wonder if this was made for the old school deathmatch rules where things didn't respawn. Because it really kind of seems like it. Because I think if you were designing for deathmatch 2.0, I don't think you would have this many repeated items. Yeah, just yet another one of those things to keep in mind, I guess, when considering old school deathmatch levels. Because the original DM rules, I think were a bit on the not so good side. But hey, you know what? It was an early attempt, so can't really complain too much, I suppose. And they did eventually course correct. When was Deathmatch 2.0 released? Was that part of is that part of the Doom 2 changes? Like with 1.4, or did that come earlier? Like with 1.2? I don't know, I was never much of a deathmatcher. Let's just say I was not a deathmatcher, like at all, so I don't know. How you would get that plasma rifle aside from, I think that is item bumpable. It might be a little awkward because I don't know if you can get enough speed from that angle. Okay, is. It's just completely unnecessary. I was just curious. I'm assuming you gotta take that lift up, so... Oh. Wait a second. Is that line split so you have to dive into here? If so, that's pretty clever. Because I tried to hit it from the side. Yeah, it is. I could see from the texture. So you do have to actually commit to this. Although it kind of seems to me like you'd probably be able to just reach over the ledge. Let's try that real quick. Yeah. I mean, you gotta take a second to line up, but you can do it. So you don't have to commit to that. I mean, in theory, I mean, that's pretty cool. Because, I mean, that does mean you have to commit a little bit more to it than you otherwise would. As opposed to just leaning over and activating that. I think it would have probably worked better if that were like... Whoops. Ah! If that were over, like, there, in the middle. I think that would have prevented the cheese. Because right now you could just kind of do that and get up there fairly easily. Without having to go down here and possibly end up getting splattered. But I do like the idea, like I said. It's not bad. Overall, this isn't bad. Again, as I just said, not bad, not bad, not bad. There's a lot of ways to get from point A to point B. Several redundant paths. The weapons are... I mean, you do have to actually go into things for it. Like, if you go in here for the shotgun, for example, you're opening yourself up to, well, getting trapped by other players. And you got stuff like this, where you're kind of in an even tighter nook. Like, if someone has the rocket launcher, they can just splatter you pretty easily. The rocket launcher does take a bit of care to jump to. Nothing too wild, but given the relatively small size of the map, I could see that leading to some deaths. Same thing with the health. If you need to get medikits, I mean, you're trapping yourself in here. Like, the biggest complaint I have with a lot of deathmatch maps from this era is that they tend to just have fairly imbalanced start locations. And they tend to either clump up way too many powerful items in one section, or just something like that. You know, this one seems to have a pretty nice item distribution. A lot of room to dodge if need be. The weapons aren't too powerful. Like, there's no BFG in here, which I think would have kind of broken the map, especially with a lot of these tighter areas, because, you know, people knew how to use the BFG pretty early on. Overall, yeah, I could see this one being fun. But anyway, let's go ahead and hit the exit. So since this is a deathmatch level, it's not going to be judged. But yeah, it's always fun to go through those. And I've already kind of given the commentary on it, so if you just skip to this chapter marker and wanted to hear my thoughts on the level, well, I guess you're just going to have to go back and just see the whole thing. It was only 6 minutes. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Because, you know, I've got holiday stuff to do and all that stuff. So anyway, that's all for now. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you celebrate. I hope it was joyous. And I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.